Simon Cowell. Love him or hate him, you definitely can't ignore him.
And this man believes he can walk on water, and he ain't done bad so far.
He's a total control freak, down to every last little detail.
He's like a kind of peacock.
Oh, you can be talking to him. You can be talking to him like this, and there's a mirror behind, and you can literally see him.
To illustrate the full extent of Simon's vanity, I'd like to show you his birthday gift to me this year. Ta-da!
He's very aware of, with television, that he looks decent and what have you. And his weight as well. I think he watches everything, yeah.
He has his own dress sense. All the money in the world and such bad taste.
He's made his fortune from being honest. Perhaps a bit too honest.
Simon's very, very rude when he wants to be. But he can't bear fools.
You walk in, and I'm not being rude here, like a loser.
He speaks his mind, and he always says what everybody's thinking.
Your body language, your attitude, it was verging on desperation and begging.
I think Simon can definitely go too far sometimes. He doesn't realise what it's like to stand up there, and I've stood up there.
And you sang like you're a whipped dog.
But there is more to Simon than just his insults.
I remember them being a fly flying around, and Louis was there with his newspaper trying to whack it and kill it or whatever he was doing. And I was like, don't kill the fly, don't kill the fly. And he looked at me and he said, you're exactly the same as him. And apparently at the time, Simon had had a ladybird on his windowsill for 2 weeks that he had been feeding and given water to, which you'll probably go mad for me telling you, but he's actually a really big softie.
Simon, tell me about your relationship with Lady Bird.
Can I just go back to the "you sound like a whipped dog"? It did actually end with me saying yes.
To?
The person I said sounded like a whipped
Oh,
dog. So I was kind of like giving her a negative, but then went to a positive to try and help her because I wanted her to build up her self-esteem.
Why are you trying to pretend you're a nice guy?
Because I think it was a little bit one-sided, that clip, unlike the ladybird.
So you think that actually in your entire, what, 8 years judging, you've never been brutal with people?
I have, yeah. No, I'm not saying that. I'm kidding around with that. But no, there's many, many times I've watched the show back and I'm absolutely appalled.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah. Because you know what it's like, Piers? You do the show, you're not aware of what's happening in the room outside. You know, somebody just said, you know, my dog, Lassie, died yesterday and blah, blah, blah. I'm in a bad mood and, you know, awful. And you see it in that context. It's very, very difficult to watch.
I mean, I've seen it firsthand on Britain's Got Talent when we do the auditions. If you feel either that someone is being victimised or isn't quite up to the pressure, or whatever it may be, or that someone's gone too far with them, you will stop filming. I've seen you do it.
Yeah, it happens. You know, when you're part of the audience as well, when we have people with us, the kind of the audience can take over you. You become part of a mob. And when you watch the show back, you realise that you've gone too far. Because what I try and do is that, first of all, everything's got to be done with a sense of humour here. But I think it's got to be fair. And I think that you've got to be able to take it back as much as, obviously, give it out. It's a delicate balance with you.
How thick-skinned are you about criticism?
Not great, to be honest with you. I don't particularly like it.
What are the particular things you hate?
When they get it right.